Good morning, YouTube. This is Wayne from Smith Farm Shenanigans. Today I got a review video today for you, and an unboxing and review. They probably 100 or more reviews and unboxing of this item, but I wanted to give you an honest review of what I think about them. And I'm talking about the Hollyland Mark II or Lark M2 lav wireless mic set. You get two lapel mics, a transmitter, and two receivers, one for Lightning and one for USB-C. You also get connectors for DSLR camera. And so I want to go ahead and unbox this. I'm going to turn you around. But so the first half of this video is going to be me unboxing this. And the microphone that I'm using right now is the built-in iPhone 16 Pro Max microphone. It's built into the phone. And then when I get this out and get it working, I'll do the rest of the video using this mic, so we can tell the difference in the voice quality. And I'll probably do at the very end like a 5-second clip of each, so you can get a real good distinct listen to each one. Okay, so I'm gonna get you turned around and we'll get started. Okay, here we go. So first I'm gonna open it up here, see what all's inside. So you get, this is a little packet of goodies here. Let's see what's in here. So you've got the user manual, a packing list showing each item's in it. So they got quite a bit here. So let's read this. You get two transmitters, one camera version RX1. You get a USB-C receiver and a Lightning receiver. You get the camera charging case. I'm assuming that's this box here. You get two wind screens, so that's good. One for, I guess, low wind and one for high wind. USB-A to USB-C cable, so they even give you an adapter cable. A 3mm TRS cable. That's for it's got the audio jack port. In other words, a back clip. Two of those, 4 clip magnets. Wow, you get 4 magnets with it. That's good. You even get a lanyard for your hanging around your neck. You get two of those lanyards to put around your neck, to wear like a net, so you can wear your mic like a necklace. That's awesome. I really like that. Of course, you get your stickers. I think you can put stickers on your little mics to change the look of them. Then you get the packing list card, which is this, a warranty card, and a drawstring bag. So you can get a carrying bag with it. So that's pretty good. So that's what's in this. So this is your instruction manual. Here's an after sales card. You can get in touch with the manufacturer. And here's your stickers, put on your mic, and here's your warranty and your instruction manual. So lay that over there. So now what we have here is the case. This is actually pretty good. I like this. So as you can see here, you can charge the case up and you can recharge your mics on the go. Now these are supposed to last about 7 hours of continuous recording. I think they said 6 to 7 hours. And remember, you got two mics, so if you're recording by yourself, that's a total of 14 hours. But it's even better than that, because if you charge the case, you can use one mic. It's almost dead, put it in here, get the other mic out, put it on, you keep recording, like if you got a super long video, and then the other mic will be charging while you use this one. So I like that. That's a real good feature. And then of course at the back here we have a charging port for this case. So you can charge this case. And again, I'll show you those things. Mic 1, mic 2, and here's the other transmitter for your other part. So I'm gonna take these out. And then when I take these out here, I'll notice there's a little blue film on these mics, transmitters and receivers and stuff. So you want to take those off. Make sure you always take those off, because sometimes those will cover stuff that you don't want them to cover, like your connectors and even your microphone. So just look over it good and make sure. Yeah, see down here? See this right down here? That's one over that, and that's how you charge it when you put it back in the case. See? Take that off. Now you can see those prongs exposed. That's why when you put it in the case, it'll charge now. Otherwise, they do that to keep from overcharging in the case while in shipping and whatnot. Now this is your volume control here for your, and it also got a light for transmitter 1, transmitter 2, so you'll see if both is online. It lets you know, if 1 or 2 mics have been used. And here's your connector for your camera right here. It plugs in here. That little cord we talked about, 3.5 millimeter cord. It'll plug in here, and then it'll plug into your DSLR camera, so you can use this microphone with that camera as well. So you can only use it for iPhone. You can also use it for DSLR cameras as well. And then of course this knob here is just your volumes. Okay, so that's what that is. And you wear this on you, and then you also on a button here you got an off and on switch, and then you got a mute switch here. So you can mute your mic, bam, like that. And I think you can mute them on there too as well. So that's what that is. So we'll set that to the side. Then we'll get the mics out. These are the mics themselves. And again, I already put 2 stickers on them. I like the green and the blue. See how it looks there. It looks a little different. And then again on top, a little blue sticker covering the actual microphone. There's the microphone on top. So I took that off. Now we're gonna look on the bottom here. See there's a sticker on the bottom of that too. If you don't take those off, you'll be like, why ain't my microphone charging? It's defective. But you gotta take that little blue strip off. And then it's exposed and it'll charge. And then all this does, it's just a really strong magnet. You put it on the inside of your shirt, and this clips on the outside of your shirt like that. And it holds it right on your shirt. So you can put it anywhere. So if you ain't got a actual folded over collar, you can still use this. And here's your button for this one. And this is, we'll look those functions up in a bit, but I'm assuming that's up and down, plus and minus, volume. And it's probably on and off. It's probably a mute button. So, and again, you get 2 of those. We'll go ahead and take the stickers off this one. And again, a sticker on the bottom. Now, I got blue, I put a little blue face and a little green face on mine. So you do what you want. So that's what that is. That's the case. All right. So we'll put them back in there and let me charge them while we get everything else ready, because we want to be able to try these out here in a few minutes. So I'm going to set this case to the side, and we're going to see what else is in the box here. And in the box, so there's your connector. So see, that is a lightning port connector. See the end of that? So this is your receiver, all right? And this will be plugged into your phone, to the bottom of your phone, your iPad. So this, if you can use this with an iPad too. So if you have an older iPad, this will still have lightning port, or your iPhone, you can still use this. So they send you 2. That's one for the lightning port, and then here is the one for the USB-C. So I don't know if this works for Android. I would say it probably does, but don't quote me on that. You'll want to research that for yourself to make sure it does work for Android. I'm not sure on that one. So there's those 2 receivers. Now these, just to reiterate, these are not Bluetooth. They're on wireless signal. And so what I had before was a Bluetooth wireless lav mic, and the sound on it was awful. I'm not going to name any brands or names, but I would suggest stay away from Bluetooth wireless mics. They're just not very good. At least my experience has been they haven't been very good. There may be good ones out there, but I haven't found one yet. So that's why I went with this mic. And I don't know what these sound like yet. I've not used them. We're going to put that in this video. So there, take that out. And then down here, you got a little lip that folds up. And then yeah, here is your bag. That's going to be your carrying bag. There's nothing else in there. The box is empty. Set that to the side. Now, this is your carrying bag. So we should have a bunch of stuff in here. I'm going to set the bag to the side for now and see what we got here. So first of all, here is the cord. So as I was telling you a minute ago, see, that's charging now, see? This will plug in here, see? And then you'll plug this other end into your DSLR camera. So these mics can be used when you wear this mic on your shirt now, see? You can plug this into your camera, and this mic will still transmit to the camera, right? So what I was thinking, what I'm going to do is, I've got a really nice DSLR camera. I can set it up as my focus camera, like I'm doing this shot now. I can set my DSLR camera up off camera there where you can't see it, and use a mic down here like this somewhere. Just lay it to the side, And then that way it would get any sound down here while my hands are working, right? And so I'll have the other mic on my lapel so that my voice will be picked up through that mic. So I'll be recording two sound files at the same time, one for where I'm working, and then one for my voice. So that's one of the reasons I like this one. It comes with two mics, and that's a great thing. And you can use it with DSLR. So remember that when you're looking for these mics. If you want to have two mics, one to focus on your project, and then the other one on your lavender, on your lapel, your shirt, whatever, you can get your voice plus the camera at the same time. So that's really good. I like that. All right, setting that back to the side again, let that charge. So that's what that cable's for, so do not lose that. If you got a DSLR, you will be needing that. And then this is just simply your charging cable to charge your case. And again, it's USB-C, and it will plug in back here, and you just plug it into any 5 volt output. On your computer will charge it, your charger for your phones and whatnot will charge this. But you may want to read and see what the maximum amount of voltage is. It doesn't say here, but it probably says in the manual, which I haven't read yet. But anyway, that's your charging case. As long as it has 5 volts, it'll charge that case up. And it's got, I didn't know if I showed you here, if I open the door here, you see the lights. You can see 3 lit up there. There's actually 4. So it's about 70% charged right now. And so that's how you know when your case is dying. That's a really good feature. I like that it shows you that. Next up, so we have here. Okay, now these are 2 more magnets. What this is, you can clip, that way you can clip this mic on, any one of those mics on to your project, and put the mic on like we was talking about a minute ago. Put your mic on, set it down over here. Or you can clip this on your shirt up here somewhere and put the mic on it. So this is good because you can clip this on a variety of things, and then you can clip your mic right onto it with that magnet. It stick right to that. So if you, like again, if you're working in here and you have a project, you can clip this onto something right next to your project so you can pick up that sound. Okay, like if you're filing a knife or whatever you're doing, that's really good. I like those. And again, I'm not paid for this at all. I bought this with my own money. This is an honest review. And if I don't like them, I'll tell you I don't like them. Those of you who watch my channel would know my word is pretty good. I'll tell you what I think, and I'll tell you the truth. All right. Then here, of course, I can already tell what these are. These are your, you remember we was talking about those lanyards that go around your neck? That's what these are. You can hang it around your neck. So if you say you got if you're not even wearing a shirt, you know, if you're those guys out there and you're doing a video with no shirts on, you can put this on your around your neck as a necklace and clip it on. So I really like that, actually. I think that's pretty awesome. I don't know why they decided to do that, but I'm glad they did. You get 2 of those, one for each mic. And that's pretty neat. So we'll stick those back together, lay them to the side. And then we've got 2 more packets, and 1 more packet rather, and of course we know what's in those. That's going to be your windscreens. So let's look at those. For some people, you know, me, myself, we film outside a lot, right? We are outside a lot, and we need some pretty decent windscreens. So let's see what we have here. Actually, that's just one screen. I thought it said it came with 2. Ah, here's the other one. It's still in the bag. I knew it said it came with 2. So this one looks like a really heavy one here. So that if you got in high wind, you know, high wind gust, then I would use this one. And what they do, we'll go ahead and do one. You just clip them right over the thing. Now, I tell you what I don't like already. I can see something I don't like. Okay, so you see you got your button here on the side. Well, this windscreen has a hole in the back. And what you do is you put the entire microphone inside this windscreen. And I'm going to show you why that's a problem in a second, if I can ever get it in there. And that's another thing I don't like already. It's not easy to get in there. You know, you want something you can put in there in just a second, but that's taking me, already 10 seconds, and I can't get it in. And maybe where it's new, I don't know. I don't like that. That's a struggle. And maybe somebody's got these, can tell me if I'm doing something wrong, but it looks pretty simple. There's a hole in the back, you put the mic in it. All right, I finally got it in. You can see it here on the back. See the mic? You can see that's the magnet. But what can't you see? Well, you can't see if the mic's turned up toward your voice, right? You can't see where the button is, and you definitely can't feel it. It's very hard. I mean, I can maybe feel it, but not really. I can maybe feel the microphone. I would rather they've done something a little different there. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, obviously, but like I can feel right there, it's the top of the mic. You can feel it. I shouldn't have to do that. I should be able to visually inspect it. They should be able to, I don't know, some kind of indicator maybe. You can, maybe make this windscreen with a little white line here, and that way to put the mic there. I don't know, it's just some suggestions, but that's the windscreen. That's how it works, and I don't like that you can't really feel the button at all. Okay, so obviously the second one's going to be the same way, but we'll get out and look at it and see how big it is compared to the first one. So yeah, you can tell right away it's not as fluffy. It's similar, but this is probably for a more low wind situation. But I'm not going to go ahead and hook that one up. And there you have, there's your two windscreens. So it does come with two, and that's good. And I don't really, like I told you before, I don't really like how they go over top of everything and you can't feel nothing. So you can't see nothing rather. You can feel it. You can almost feel the button, but not really good. Okay, so now let me get this back in here. So now the next point is I'm going to go ahead, get these working. I'm going to cut the video for now and get these working. Then the last thing is we'll do the second part of this video with the actual testing part of it, which it won't be very long from there. So if you just hang. Okay, so now we're back. I now have one of the microphones on, as you can see right here. And I've actually found out some more features that I wanted to share with you. And plus we're doing a test, vocal test, a mic recording test now too. So one thing I did find out on the receivers that plug into your phone or your iPad, don't matter which one you use, on the side of that is a little port, and I didn't know what that was for. And then I found out that you can actually charge your phone with the USB-C cable while this transmitter is plugged in. So it has a pass-through, so you can keep your phone continuously charged if you're doing long recording sessions, which is great. I really like that. I'm impressed with that. I've seen a lot of these that don't have that thing, and then you plug this in, and then when your phone runs dead, you can't charge it while your mic is hooked up. So that's a good feature. I really like that. However, I had a slight problem. When I first put this microphone in and put my receiver in my phone, it would not record. I had to unplug it, plug it back in, and it records. Another thing, that works fine. It's working great now. But for some reason, I had to disconnect this, turn it off. After I connected it to the phone the first time, I had to disconnect it, turn it off, plug it back in, and that works fine every time. I've disconnected it several times now, and it works every time. So maybe that's just what it had to do. I don't know, but I just want to let you know that I did have to do that. It wasn't a big deal. It's working fine now. Also, these little prongs right here, see how short that is? Okay. If you have a thick case on, I've noticed this with my phone. I have a case on it, and if you have a thick case on it, this will not protrude further enough to make contact to be able to use. So if your case is real thin, this would be no problem. But if it's a thicker case, you're going to have problems with this being long enough to go into the connection to be able to record with. Okay, so remember that. And now, that's the two things I figured out while I was off camera there, and I was getting everything ready to do this test. Now, I'm going to get you turned around. I'm going to do a distance test. I'm working in a place here where I have a bunch of lead walls. I'm in an X-ray department, and if this thing can reach through just one of those, I'm going to be impressed, because nothing else does. I don't do a lot of recording here. Obviously, I'm at work, but every now and then, I like to test something in between me being busy. So we would do that. So now comes the test. I want to get you turned around here, and we're going to see, I'm inside of a building here. We're going to see how far I can this will reach through these walls. Now, some of these walls are industrial grade walls and stuff, so they have a lot of metal and lead and stuff in them, so they won't work as, this would be the best test. In other words, it would reach the minimum here as it would outside. Like if you're recording outside or in your shop, you're gonna get way more distance than you would where I'm at today. So if we can get a decent distance here, then you will know that this is going to work great for you, but just about anywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna get you turned around and we're going to try a distance test. Okay, so hang on just for a second. Okay, we're exactly 7 feet away from the phone, and I'm speaking in actually a pretty low voice. I'm not speaking loud at all. If I were talking like at home, I would be speaking about this loud at home. This is my normal speaking voice, but I wanted to lower my voice just a little bit, just to see how clear it was across the distance. Okay, so this is a little bit lower voice than I normally use. I'm going to now go around this wall, and it's about 6 feet around that way. Then I'm going to turn and go back that way through another wall, and it goes about another 20 feet. So we'll see how far this works. Okay, ready? Here we go. I won't count down, so you'll know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, I'm heading back now. 1, 2, that's one wall. 2 walls. 3 walls. And coming around the corner for the last 4th wall. So I went through 4 walls, 3 of those being full of lead. Let's see how it works. So I'm gonna get back with you in just a minute and we'll wrap this video up. Okay, for the last part now, it's going to be a side-by-side comparison or end-to-end comparison of the sound quality. I have the mic on right now. Let's see if I can lift it up where you can see it there. There it is, and you can see the lights on. So I have the mic on. I've set an exact distance from the phone that I'll be setting when I do the voice recording without the mic. So, and I'm going to try my best to speak in the exact same tone and exact same volume, the best I can, okay? So here we go. Test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, mic, check, test. Okay, now I'll take the mic off and we'll do the exact same thing, same distance and everything. Give me just a second. Okay, we're back. I now have the mic off, and as you can see, here's both transmitters. It will not work without the transmitters. And here's the both mics. So there's no trick. The light's on because it's looking for a signal on the mics. But here's both transmitters, okay? All right, so here we go. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, mic test, check. And there you have it. There it is, an end-to-end comparison. First with the mic on, and then a second with the mic off. You determine for yourself how good the sound quality is. And then also remember, like I told you, how far away these will reach. I think it claims 80 feet, and I can guarantee you it'll probably reach 80 feet because it went through those walls. That's it, end of the testing. Okay, we're back. I hope you heard that test. I want to clarify that test. So I went around that way, then I turned, then I went back that way, and then all the way out into the hall. And if you listen very closely to that video and the audio, you can hear people out in the all the way out 2 rooms into another hallway, and then down that hallway. I am totally impressed by the strength of the signal for this mic. Again, I went through 3 lead walls and down a hallway, tried my best to break up the signal. And I'll be honest with you, it did not break up. To put that in perspective for you, I get no phone service in this room. They had to come out and put a signal booster in my hallway here just so I could have phone service. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. These walls in this room and in the next room are lead lined, and they let nothing in or out. I cannot believe this mic made it through 3 of those walls. I'm actually totally shocked. But anyway, I'll quit ranting. You heard the difference? The sound quality over this mic over the phone mic is, I already listened to it, it's another level. So it sounds awesome. One other thing I noticed that I wanted to tell you about. So on the side of these mics, you have a little button, and I figured this out. Once you're connected to your iPhone, you can double click that button. It will start the recording for you. And if you have a smartwatch, it'll do it too, but this mic will do it as well. So if maybe you don't have a watch on, or you don't have a Apple Watch, you can use this. Double click this. I'm sorry for my voice. My throat's been sore all weekend. But you can double click this and you can start the recording, and you can double click again and stop the recording. That's another good feature I like about this. And then there's a different mode. So you see the little blue light on this one? That's normal mode. Now you can click that. You can click this button once over here and turn it off. Or you can hold it down for a second and it would change this to noise cancellation mode. So it doesn't pick up as much background noise. And that little blue light would turn green on your mic, and it also will turn green on your receiver. That lets you know that you are in the other mode where it cancels background noise. And I'm assuming if you're outside, you want to use that. If you're in a closed area where there's no other noises, then you can use this normal mode, and because probably the battery will last longer. But it does have that, and that's how you do it. You just hold the button down, and you can also hold the button down here on this. See this button back here on the receiver? It does the same thing as this button up here, right? You can hold it down and it switches the modes. So I want to let you know about that too. Another thing I like about it. So my overall impression is I'm really impressed with this little microphone system. I think it's awesome. I got a really good deal on it. I've seen it as high as $170. I've got it for like barely over $100. So I got a real good deal on it. So far I'm impressed. Now, obviously I haven't done a long-term review on it. I haven't had it for just a few days. And so maybe if enough views gets on this video, enough people ask me, I'll do a follow-up video down the road and let you know how I continue to like it. I did want to clarify one thing. I don't know if I made myself clear. So this thing here, this little box it clips on, this is for your DSLR. Remember I was telling you, you can have both mics hooked to it as well, or one mic hooked to it, and it controls the volume. So, like I said, you run the little port out of here. It's only for the DSLR. I didn't know if I made that clear. I want you to understand that you only use that if you're using a DSLR camera to hook it to your camera. So I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless you, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching another Smith Farm Shenanigans DIY video. I'll see you in the next one.